Hey guys, sorry you missed us today. Let me go ahead and show you what you missed and what you're going to need to do. Here we go. The first thing we looked at were ebooks, and we want to make sure that you guys have access to books, especially if you don't have any books at home and if you don't have a library card from public library. So we want to use Macinvia. So there's actually a good way to watch how to do this. Here's what you need to do. Go to Schoology and actually look at the first update here that says Need eBooks. Watch this video. Watch what you're going to get. If you click that link, here's your short video from our librarian, Miss Duke, to teach you how to use it. Now, Macinvia is a super valuable resource, so if you need books ever, and you don't have an e-reader, you don't have apps or whatever, you can access ebooks on your device or on your Chromebook anytime. But watch this video, okay? Here comes the next thing. Next thing we did was our lit terms diagnostic. And what this is really, it's just the lit terms that we expect that you probably know at this point. Remember, diagnostic means doesn't count. It's a way for us to figure out what you know and what you don't know. So while you don't want to game it and just click through just to try and get everything wrong, it's actually to your benefit to do the very best you can. So that then you know, even better than I know, you know at the end, what are the few terms you actually have to study. So here's how you get to it. In Schoology, click on Materials. In Materials, scroll down and click on Day 2. In Day 2, of course, you'll see our slides, and right underneath that is something called Lit Terms Diagnostic. Now, this is the part to check on. It says first and second, and here's what I got to tell you. You're only doing the first part. Google and Schoology still aren't working that well together, and it's probably my fault. But if it says that, like, second, now do the attach thing, skip that. We're going to do the first thing. Let's check it out. Go ahead and click on that first Complete the Lit Terms Diagnostic right here. And when you click on it, you'll see this. This is a diagnostic so that you know, better than I know, what terms you remember and what you need to study. Remember, do the best you can. You're going to want better results, but more than I'm going to want them. Once you finish your diagnostic, you're going to come to this screen. Click View Score. Now, if I see my total points, I got 11 out of 20, I shouldn't get discouraged. And I should not close this screen. Keep it open. Scroll down. As I scroll, I'm going to want to see what I missed, and I can see right here. So right here I see I got number 2 wrong. I know what the right answer is supposed to be, so I got foreshadowing wrong. Here's something I need to do. Write down the terms you missed. If it's going to be on paper, or if it's going to be on Google Doc, write them down. And remember, the term is the correct answer that the answer key gives you on the question you got wrong. For example, since I got number 3 wrong and the correct answer is resolution, I should study resolution, right? So I jotted down the terms I missed here. I missed 9, but what do I do with this? Well, since this said write them down, and I did, here comes the next step. Go back to Schoology. In Day 2 of Schoology, scroll down to the next thing underneath Lit Terms Diagnostic. It says Lit Terms Study Guide. Go ahead and click on that guide. Now remember, my work's going to look a little different from yours, so just bear with me, okay? You're going to have these details here, but you're not going to have this. You're not going to have these. You're going to have something that looks like this, right? So what you want to do is go ahead and click on My Document, this guy. When you do, you should get something that looks like this, right? And so this is where we're going to go ahead and take a look at the actual document. Here are directions. All you got to do is find a term you got wrong on Lit Terms Diagnostic. So I got my list here. Let me start with foreshadowing. Here I go. If I scroll down, I'll be able to find foreshadowing. And when I do, right here, okay, found it. My second direction was use the highlighter tool to highlight that term and its definition. So I'll just go ahead and grab my highlighter, and I'll go ahead and highlight this, and maybe I'll make it whatever color I want. Doesn't matter. I'll just do it in pink. So now I've done that step. Okay, so what's next? The next step says, okay, so go ahead and repeat steps 1 and 2 for each term I missed. So I'll go ahead and do that for the rest of the terms I missed. All right, so now if I go over everything, I've already gone through and highlighted all my terms that I missed, and I'm good. So what? Okay, now I just got to tell you how I'm going to study it. Which option am I going to do? Well, I think I'm going to do Quizlet. So if I'm going to do that, I'll just highlight it, and whatever, I'll just do green, sure. And there I got it. Now, I'm not done yet. Don't forget this part. In Schoology, don't forget to actually click Submit Assignment. Yep, I'm ready to submit. Only once you see this rocket ship do you know that you're done. All right, cool. So what's next? Next, we had a little refresher on theme, right? So theme was that big overarching idea in a story, or like what a story is really about, right? And so we had taken a look at our big list of possible universal themes, sure, and we were trying to think about some of our themes from last class. So we went ahead, we were thinking, okay, so what are some examples of themes? So we saw some examples of themes in the poem Dreams by Langston Hughes, a short, right, 8-line poem of hope or faith or power, loss or regrets. And when it came to that short story called Idolatry by Sherman Alexie about that girl Marie who went to the audition and she sang and she was terrible, the judge told her, we saw, we saw themes like deception and dreams and hope and trust and truth. So now we're going to go on and we went on and we read Priscilla and the Wimps. Go back to Schoology, go back to Day 2 folder, and if you scroll all the way to the bottom, you're going to find two things. First of all, here's our short story that you can scroll through. There's Priscilla and the Wimps, and just underneath that, if you want, here's the read aloud where you can listen to it. So, after we read Priscilla and the Wimps, we did a little work with theme. We talked about how it's one thing to just name theme, for example, a big idea or issue or problem characters face in the story, like bullying. But we want to go further. We want to try and find a moment in the story. Now, this is where I can do this one of two ways. I can either go into the story and try and find the exact moment in the story when I think that this theme came through and copy paste it. Or if I don't remember exactly where it is, I can just do this. I can just start a sentence with the moment when and summarize what happened. So step 1, we found the problem or the issue, the theme is going on. Step 2, we found a moment in the story that showed this theme. But now we want to go further. We want to ask ourselves, okay, so what is this moment in the story trying to teach me about the theme? Here's some good ways to kind of think about it. You could say, like, in this moment, it seems like the theme, for example, for me, for bullying, maybe in this moment, it seems like bullying means, or in this moment, it feels like bullying is, or in this moment, it feels like bullying isn't, or bullying does, or bullying doesn't, or bullying shows. I'm going to try and create what I think this moment's trying to tell me about the theme. Now, it's time to show us what you think. So, in Schoology, scroll down for Day 2. Remember, that's where we are. Take a look at this. The Priscilla and the Wimps theme check. It's a green puzzle piece. Click Start New Attempt, and then answer these 6 questions. What is the theme? Where's a moment where this happens? And then, what's this moment trying to tell? And then just repeat that process for a different theme in the story. Once you're ready, click Submit, and you're done. Now, last but not least, we got to talk. So you know that while we don't have class on Mondays per se, according to LCPS and BRMS expectations, you're still doing about 25 minutes of work for all your classes, each of your classes on a Monday, right? So during those 25 minutes on Monday, we need you to do a reading journal. So how do you do a reading journal? Let's take a look at it. To writing a reading journal, first, you just need to go ahead and figure out where you're going to do it. Are you going to do your reading journal in a notebook, or are you going to do your reading journal in a Google Doc? Either one's perfectly fine. Totally up to you. Then we need to go ahead and figure out what to write about, because you can't just summarize the book. Don't tell me what's happening in your book. If I wanted to know that, I could just Google it. I want to know what you're thinking about what's happening in the book, so we need you to answer a prompt. Your entry choices will look like this. You're going to have 11 different choices of what you want to do, but we'll give you time to look through that. Last but not least, we want you to go. Which prompt do you want to choose? Choose the prompt that you feel most knowledgeable. If you feel confident and comfortable with prompt 3, do prompt 3. If you feel confident and comfortable with prompt 1, do prompt 1. Whichever one you feel best with. Then just set a timer for 25 minutes. Go ahead and write down which prompt you're responding to and the date, and write as much as you can in those 25 minutes. Here's where you're going to turn in that work. So when you get to your reading journal, click on Reading Journal A, and here's what you have. You got your reminder on directions. Now this is important. If you want to do a reading journal on Google, go ahead and click this link right here. It'll ask if you may want to make a copy, and if you click Make a Copy, boom, you're set up with a reading journal. If you'd rather just write in a notebook, write in a notebook. Either's fine. Remember, here's your list of journal prompts. Click on this, and you'll come to this page. You know what? You're going to come to this page a lot. So you know what I'd recommend? Star this as a favorite so you can come back to it right next to the title. See that star? Click it so it turns yellow. Anyway, after you choose the prompt you feel most confident with, go ahead and set yourself up. Either set yourself up in your notebook or on your Google Doc. Set yourself a timer for 25 minutes and go. But wait! Do you know what would be really helpful? If you saw somebody do this. Watch it. scroll down and you'll watch a video of me doing a reading example. It's pretty awesome. So after you write your reading journal, here's what you're going to need to do. If you typed in your Google Doc, take your work in your Google Doc, copy, and then paste it into the text box. There you go. Now, if you wrote by hand, all you need to do is take a picture of your work, upload as attachment, and you're good. Don't forget to click submit. So, double check on homework. Make sure you complete your reading journal A like we just went over. If you didn't finish your Lit Term study guide of just highlighting the terms you missed, do that. And then otherwise, if you didn't finish your Priscilla and the Wimps theme check with those 6 questions, finish that and you're good. As always, if you have any questions, just shoot me an email. I'm happy to help. Good luck. You got this.